You're back with another one. We got top 10 most satisfying anime moments. I can't talk ever. I can't ever talk by VinnyTube. So we gonna get right into it. I don't even know what to expect, like what they mean by satisfying.
Anime has given us a lot of emotions. Joy, excitement, sadness, anger, the list goes on. I've talked about some of the top moments in anime, but I found out that I've yet to make a compilation of the most satisfying moments in anime. Yet these moments are probably not the most hype ones in the respected series that are chock full of epic scenes, but a lot of them can be contenders, so I digress. So for today, I'll be counting down the top 10 most satisfying moments in anime. It can be the culmination of a training arc, the finale of a moment that's been long
We gotta like that video. Go ahead, like the video. Subscribe.
built up, a villain who gets what's coming to him,
Just
or
like
the
that.
redemption
Do
of
that.
a plucky character who you can't help but cheer for. Basically, it's a compilation of moments that gave some of the biggest payoffs in anime. We start off with a surprisingly tame moment in Bleach at first glance, Ichigo tossing Aizen.
He was a smug mofo.
When we think Bleach, we think magical swords, over-the-top powers,
Yeah.
and reality-warping stuff. It didn't take too long for shonen anime standards to reach that point in Bleach, but this moment is surprisingly tame in relation, because what we have here is no Getsuga Tensho, no Super Kiddo display, just plain Ichigo grabbing Aizen and tossing him away from Karakura town. Leading up to this moment, we've always seen Aizen in one mood: calm and in control. He's been the poster boy for chess master villains in shonen anime at Bleach's peak, and he always seems so calculated and methodical with his plans. There's no way to rattle his plans, to the point where his knowledge and planning of everything about our hero has become a meme. In the end, it feels amazing to see him finally be rattled and lose it, even for that brief instant. After all that condescending talking about Ichigo being weaker, it was a surreal sight to see Aizen finally face someone that he couldn't just walk over smugly.
始めようぜ、アイゼン。一瞬で終わらせてやる。重くなったな。
Following Ichigo, we have Naruto taking the stage for getting recognized after the pain arc.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I was more on the side of fuck them niggas, man. Let's we go. You can take them all out.
It's been a long time
Who
coming.
is
And
that?
it's one of the most satisfying and rewarding moments in the long time.
Bro, who? This is why you can't pause Naruto, because they definitely just put in some generic ass like drawings, because they but like come on, don't hold the shot so long. I was looking at every one of them. I was like, yo, these dudes are nasty.
It's been a long time coming, and it's one of the most satisfying and rewarding moments in the entire Naruto series. For so long,
They was
Naruto has
definitely
been
rushing.
the underdog. Starting off as the noisy, annoying kid who dreamt of becoming Hokage, Naruto's not exactly endeared himself to a lot of people. Along the way, he found no shortage of rivals, was always a step behind his own teammate Sasuke, and just seemed to be delusional. Becoming Hokage was nothing but a pipe dream for this dreamer. Nonetheless, he persevered and he never gave up on his dream. At this point in the story, the dream of becoming Hokage or getting recognized by the village had been put aside in favor of training in order to stop pain and protect the village. Let's just say that he came back looking nothing short of a hero. It was a glorious entrance to save everyone and finally face off against pain in a decisive battle. Brandishing his newly attained sage form, Naruto was able to come out on top and fight pain off. The most cathartic part of this is what happens afterwards though. It's amazing to see him being showered with love and finally becoming everyone's hero. So take that, haters. We've come such a long way, and the hyperactive outcast has finally become a hero.
目の前に。
But this is not even the most satisfying moment in all of Naruto. See, the most satisfying moment is when Hinata finally told him that she loves him, and then he gets bodied immediately. That's so satisfying. Because just like, finally she told him. Like, stop being a little punk and like hiding around. Like, no, he a chill dude. If you just told him, he gonna be like, you know what? I feel you, but I don't at the same time. Or he gonna be like, you know what? I love you too. Only two things gonna happen.
英雄がいます。
'Cause I ain't got nothing on this. Or that, this ain't got nothing on that.
Next is Takamura's rage against Hawk. The whole arc with Hawk is just one
I
big
checked,
redemption
this is not on
tour for
Funimation.
Takamura. On second
Disappointed.
thought, I think I've used redemption tour wrong. What is there to redeem when Takamura is already one of the most awesome characters from Hajime no Ippo at that point in the story? Nevertheless, the arc just showcased the amount of struggle Takamura had to go through in order to chase his dreams of conquering multiple weight classes. Not making the first step on his journey easy is his opponent, Brian Hawk. The WBC junior middleweight champion spends most of the arc and the build-up to the eventual fight being a thorn in the side of Takamura. First showcasing his mettle against Takamura in pre-fight confrontations before acting all cocky in the lead up to the fight. This is a man that's continuously
jabs
mocked him
look
and belittled
painful.
all his efforts to make it to the bout. Seeing Takamura just unleash his
Like,
rage on
my
his
goodness.
opponent, as well as the resulting beatdown, just feels so satisfying. The fight, especially from this moment on, is just one of the best moments in Ippo, and it gave me goosebumps to see Takamura finally get his one-up on Hawk.
I have a feeling that the blonde dude was the bad guy in the situation. Like, blonde in anime is just dangerous for you. It's dangerous for your health. You blonde in the anime, you got some trouble ahead of you. Everything I've seen, the blonde people, just danger all around them.
We move on from shonen heroes into light novel adaptation territory.
Like that,
Sword
blonde
Art
hair right
Online's
there,
War of Underworld
dying
gave us
immediately.
Gabrielle Miller's death. For most of War of Underworld, we've been told to hate this villain. It's no secret that SAO villains are almost always hate sigs, but I doubt that anyone can match Gabrielle Miller in terms of just sheer evil. While the other guys are just mostly memes that sexually assault women, we have here an actual mass murderer and a sociopath hiding underneath a cold, calm facade. You wouldn't expect that this guy, hired by the Americans to steal Japanese research, would have a destructive fascination with the human soul to the point of murdering his childhood friend just to see her soul. The guy
Oh,
dying to
wow.
Kirito's attack that was powered by the souls of literally everyone in Underworld was satisfying enough, but what comes next is even better. Waking up as a ghost after having physically died, he finds himself reunited with the childhood friend that he murdered. The upbeat reunion would quickly turn ugly though, and he finally finds himself getting dragged off to hell by none other than the thousands of people that he killed just for his sick enjoyment. It's a really scary way to go, but one that someone like him deserved. Yoshikage Kira would be proud.
だから俺から提案だ。王はこれからクズ。第一王女はビッツと名前を改めろ。
In a somewhat
Wait,
similar
what is
scenario
this?
to the last one, we have yet
Oh.
another villain being punished for his sins in Maltese punishment in Shield Hero. I don't know if Maltese
I
worse
thought
than
that was
Gabrielle
Yuno
Miller,
for a
but I'm
second.
fairly
I was like,
certain about
wait.
one thing. She feels more real and
never talked that
relevant.
much
I bet that
ever.
most of you probably don't know a sociopathic mass murderer who desires to look at people's souls, and if you do, well, I guess you better be careful. In contrast, mine or Malti just feels more real. Manipulative people are everywhere, and fake accusations abound in this chaotic world, which is why I feel slightly more cathartic to see her final judgment and punishment in the last few episodes of Shield Hero. After putting Naofumi through hell and kickstarting his quest for revenge, it feels extra satisfying to see her finally get her comeuppance. Now, I saw a lot of people calling for her head in this scene, and seeing her beg for mercy was all sorts of pathetic. Very fitting for a character like her, I think. Sure, she didn't get killed off due to Naofumi's intervention, but having to live on with her new, unflattering
them
name,
things
and
bouncing.
having to live with the fact that
Something
everyone
loud
knows
thing.
you're a liar can be a fate worse than death. Hey, at least she still has a Mordred lookalike simping over her, so that's something, right?
オルトクレイヨーをクズマルティ王女をビッチ冒険者名をアバズレと改名させます
Okay, some I've seen. Oh, okay, yeah.
Moving on, we take a look
Yeah.
at Tokyo Ghoul with a moment courtesy of
Ugh,
Kaneki.
I can't
Doesn't
crack
it
my
just
fingers
feel
after
so
seeing
cool
him.
to see the meek kid get pushed around
Ugh.
until he snaps in such a chilling way? Well, not the pushing around part, obviously, but there's really a thing about revenge plots that keep people coming. Tokyo Ghoul's not a revenge plot, but when Kaneki finally snaps at Jason and accepts his ghoul powers, it was a sight to see. For so long, Kaneki had been trying to run away from his identity and his powers. Accepting the fact that he'd become a part of ghoul society wasn't easy, and more so was the the truth that he'd become a monster with those violent powers. After a series of torture at the hands of Jason, he finally loses it. Basically, he says that's enough and hands Jason a beatdown like we've never seen in Tokyo Ghoul. The OP playing and Kaneki suddenly taking an edgy language was simply the perfect finale for Tokyo Ghoul. It's a landmark moment that forever changed the landscape of the series, and it gave Kaneki the much needed big win to close out the first season.
仕方ないよね
The detail on the spit, making sure you know he about to munch.
おいその目は何だ
This was hype. But before we get to this, I wish the anime didn't butcher, and by butcher I mean like skip hella shit in between. Why do they only animate like certain parts of the manga? Like there's like one of my friends read the manga and then like put me on. He was like they skipped like all this shit. I was heated when they came back. This man lost his memory. I was like, what the hell's all this? I ain't know none of it. But yeah, this is.
Number 4
I was
on our
hyped
list
the fuck
is a
up. I was waiting for this
trademark
man to
Luffy
get
moment.
knocked the fuck
it's
out.
the time when he punched out a celestial dragon. Prejudice is quite the sensitive topic, and it should come as no surprise that anime would be one of the mediums to show us and teach us about quite the relevant topic. In this situation, it's One Piece showcasing how much people look down on races such as the Fishmen. The celestial dragons, particularly Charlos, are not a pleasant bunch of people, and this episode more than highlights what a nasty group they can be. Charlos is already quite the unlikable character, but he decides to take it a step further. The breaking point is when he just outright shoots Hachi. Thankfully, Luffy's there to exact revenge for the Fishman, and he does so in the most impactful way possible, by punching out the noble. No hesitations, no questions asked. It's a blow
Full
that sent
strength.
shockwaves across the Seven Seas, both in and out of universe. Can't say that Charlos didn't deserve it though. He deserved every little bit of it.
It's crazy how coming into Sabaody, Luffy already had a reputation for being wild as hell, but not dangerous. Like that's the type of shit you want to see. Like that's the
Attack
type
on
of
Titan.
shit I want to see in my anime. I want to see respect. They want to they hear about other shit. That's why I like One Piece so much. They hear about other shit that happens throughout the sea. Like they not in the show, but they're like, I heard of him. He does crazy shit, right? And like we who've been with him the whole time's like, yep, okay, that's a fleshed out world right there. They have knowledge like that makes sense. They have the newspaper and shit. Yeah, that's a fleshed out world. I like it.
Showed us a masterclass on Titan slaying, and who better to show us than humanity's strongest soldier himself?
Now this was good too.
I don't know that stomps can be this satisfying, but Attack on Titan, being the amazing show that it is, managed to do it. I think that context plays a big part here, but as a standalone fight, which I say in air quotes, this moment still feels amazing. I've never been this excited to see a Titan get destroyed, and that's definitely saying something. Perhaps what built up this moment being so gratifying is the sacrifices that were made beforehand. Rousing speeches, glorious charges, all to set up Levi's one-on-one meeting with the Beast Titan. Levi grabbed the baton passed to him and finished with flying colors, methodically cutting down and dicing the Beast Titan from all sides and angles. It was truly a masterclass of unprecedented magnitude. I don't think that anyone was as badass as Levi fighting the Beast Titan, and all of the context behind the moment probably makes this one of the best Attack on Titan episodes, not just in the season, but in the series as a whole.
Going crazy on his neck. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. This made me, for the second time in this series, cry.
Great anime characters are forever immortalized by trademark moments that everyone will remember them by. In a great series like Full Metal Alchemist, the major characters all get their time to shine. That goes from the Elric brothers, Scar, and all the way to the more minor supporting characters. Roy Mustang is no minor supporting character, but he just has so many of the cool moments. If I were to pick one of them, I'd argue that the fight against Envy is the
He was
best
talking
and by
all
far
his
the
good
most
shit,
satisfying
too.
one. Anyway, to cut the story short, having his disguise blown while confronting Riza, Envy Envy simply gets destroyed by the real Mustang. It's not actually the fight itself that's so satisfying, but the vindication after the reveal that took place beforehand about Envy's role in the death of Maes Hughes. I call this a fight versus Envy, but let's be real. This is a slow and methodical execution more than anything else. You can feel the intensity of the aggressive finger snapping with each second, and it's something so fulfilling.
Yeah,
I've seen Mustang be cool in a lot of instances, but this has got to be one of the best among such moments.
Okay, this is a good ass list. This is a good ass list.
Is there a moment more epic and satisfying than Gon's beatdown on Beato? Yeah, that's a rhetorical question, but for me, it's the undisputed most satisfying moment in the whole of Hunter x Hunter. Imagine something like the Garneki moment where the normally nice guy gets pushed to the limit and just snaps, but taken way over the limit this time. You know,
Bro, Gon had pure hate in his heart. Hate and malice. He wanted blood, and he would not stop for anything other than blood for Pito. He wanted Pito's blood. Like, she shook. Look at her over there, shook. Down there in that corner, shook.
goosebumps just thinking about that moment right now. When you see Gon's appearance, the overall acting, and the whole atmosphere in the scene, it's just surreal. The resulting beatdown is probably not the best anime fight ever, but when it comes to evoking emotions, this is one of the examples that showcase what peak anime could be. This is truly an amazing moment that furthers Gon's character development and gave us a scene to remember while doing it. It's not every day that you can see the role of hero and villain look as if they swapped for the first time and look so powerful. For that, this moment tops our list.
God damn, that man's so strong. That's prime, like prime.
That's it for our list today. The top 10 moments.
Give
that
him
just feel
about 10, 20
satisfying and
years, that man
gratifying in
gone.
anime.
That man gonna stomp everybody out. He not gonna care. It's gonna be no diff. Like, easy at all times. Easy at all times. Make sure you guys like the video, like my video. Go subscribe to them. Subscribe to me. Comment. Not really commenting. I get a couple comments. It's nice to read it, you know. Comment. I'm out. Peace.